Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Euros Daily. It's 12:30, just after 12:30 on Thursday, the 1st of July. It's the second half of 2021. I'm Joe Carter, and I'll be your guide throughout this pan-European footballing party. It is day 21 of Euro 2020. 3 weeks. This tournament's been going for 3 weeks. I don't want it to end, personally. No football on this evening, but we have plenty of great content here on Euros Daily to keep you occupied today. We'll give you a quick roundup from the last 16. We'll have a look at some of the stats from the tournament so far and what they mean. We'll have a look at our pre-tournament predictions, which we made all those weeks ago, and see how they're going now. That's going to be hilarious, by the way. We'll have a brief look into the quarterfinals. And in place of Roz's stat of the day, he has sent in his top 5 national anthems of the tournament so far, which we're going to go through here. All of that to come here on Euros Daily. Comment, like, subscribe, allow notifications, share this video. Get in the comments, please. Get in the comments and give us some bants, give us some chat, give us an argument, give us a point to talk about. Alongside me this afternoon, of course, his favourite Portuguese player is Helder Costa. It is the Egyptian pun king, Mus. How you doing today?
Afternoon, Joe. Yeah, very well, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm not bad. I'm not bad. I really don't want to. I really don't want this Euros to end. I feel like it's coming towards a close, but I don't want it to end. I'm enjoying it so much. It's the tournament that keeps on giving, as I keep saying.
Absolutely, yeah. And the longer England are in it, the better it gets. But all good things must come to an end.
Yeah, that is true. Okay, well, first up, we'll just give a little wrap of the last 16. I'll go through the results, and for each result, if you've got anything to say, I'll put it out there, and you can have your say on it. Perhaps there's something that you didn't get a chance to say in the last few days, or just something you've noticed recently. So we'll start off with then last Saturday, 26th of June, Wales lost to Denmark. They were the first team out in the knockout stages. Denmark won 4-0 that game. Anything to take from that one?
So, not to relate everything back to England, but in 2016, Wales won 2 games in the Euros in the knockout stage in 90 minutes. And in so doing, they notched 2 more knockout wins in 90 minutes than England have ever done in their history in the Euros, right? Now, that was true as of Saturday. But England are halfway back to equaling that record.
Nice. I love that. Absolutely brilliant. Roz is in the comments. Says, gutted not to make this one. It's coming home. Well, Roz, you and me both hope so, and I'm sure Mus does as well. Italy, Austria was the next one, which it took Italy extra time to win an extremely tense and tight game at Wembley there. What did you make of that game, Mus?
I thought that was the first big test of Italy's credentials. And I think they proved that they are the real deal. They're very much a team that can control most of the game. And we've seen subsequently that teams that play in moments like Portugal, like France, who haven't bothered to turn it on from the start of the tournament, have paid dearly for that. So yeah, Italy were well worth the win.
Yeah, and by virtue of those games being on the Saturday, it means that Denmark have had a whole week off to prepare for their quarter-final, and it means Italy have 6 days, to play with before their quarter-final against Belgium. Is this an advantage in the camps, even though they might not necessarily know their opponent for a day? But surely that's a rest day, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, hard to begrudge Denmark having an extra rest day given how their tournament started. Yeah, it's definitely an advantage, but I think something needs to offset all the travelling, and this is just how it is in a knockout tournament.
Well, it's funny you should say that, actually, Mus. I don't usually disagree with you, but when you say it, it's a caveat to the travelling. Well, Denmark and Italy are 2 teams that are really, frankly, they've had 3 of their 4 games at home. So, is it really, really playing into those teams' hands? And we can say the same for England. 3 home games, 4 home games. We could say the same for Spain as well. There's some home advantage playing out here that, it'd be a shame if it ended up being those 4 teams that, because of that. Do you think it makes a massive difference?
I think it makes a difference. It's a small sample size, but Italy and England are two teams that have massively benefited, obviously. And England's first test away from Wembley will be on Saturday in Rome. Italy passed theirs when they had to play in Wembley against Austria.
Yeah.
Netherlands paid dearly, having had to leave Amsterdam finally. Spain were probably thankful to leave that awful pitch in Seville and play on a proper football pitch rather than a beach. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I think there's evidence both ways. But yeah, like who doesn't want to play in a stadium packed full of their fans? And we saw Chris Gunter from Wales, the Wales national team, complaining about the lack of support that they had traveling to all these far-flung capitals like Baku.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, talking of the travel, I just think one team comes to mind. It's Switzerland, who did go. I think they went Baku, Rome, Baku, Bucharest, and now their quarter-final is going to be in St. Petersburg. If they get through that quarter-final, they're at Wembley, and that's ridiculous. That's 5 different stadiums in 6, and that wouldn't even happen at a single nation hosting. But it is part and parcel, and it's what we're becoming used to as part of the Euros. Let's move on. Sunday, Netherlands were dumped out by a very well organised and pragmatic Czech Republic side. 2-0 to the Czech Republic. Do you fancy the Czech Republic?
I think they've got a chance. I think they're a very well organised team, and they have very good players in key positions. And I think they've obviously taken people by surprise. No one expected them to dump the Netherlands out. Time will tell whether the fact that they're through to the quarterfinal is largely down to the red ball, red card, handball. But as Roz has said previously, they had a decent hold of the game prior to that, and they dumped all over Scotland in Hampden Park. So they must be taken seriously.
That's a cheap shot, mate. That is a cheap shot. Just because Roz isn't on the pod to defend himself. Disgusting. I'm sure we'll see some comments coming up about that very shortly. Belgium disposed of Portugal. We said goodbye to Ronaldo, possibly his last ever appearance at the Euros. Maybe not an international tournament though. We're looking forward to seeing Ronaldo next year.
Yeah, I think he'll hold on, and so he should. I think he's probably got one last tournament in him. He's got the record for highest scoring player in major tournaments. I think overtaken Muller. He's equaled the records, and he'll doubtless break that way before the Qatar World.
Yeah, the most goals for your country, Ali Daei of Iran, is now level, isn't he? 109. But like you were saying the other day, maybe they'll set up. I mean, no disrespect to Armenia. I'm sure you didn't have it. You weren't disrespecting Armenia when you said it. Maybe you were. I don't know. But you said maybe they'll set up a meaningless friendly against Armenia, and let Ronaldo score a hatful there and let him walk off into the sunset. Yeah.
Might as well. I mean, all these records have an element of stats padding. Like, if you actually dig deeper into whether it's Pele's record or Romario, they've got you don't reach 1,000 goals by playing in competitive tournament fixtures. So yeah, set up that friendly with Armenia.
Well, if you're listening, Portuguese FA, Mus is calling you out live here on Euros Daily. Make Armenia happen, right? Belgium looked pretty good. I thought they looked a lot more solid than I expected. They are prone to a little bit of a flop, but I don't know. We'll get on to the quarterfinal draw in a second. Let's move on with this last 16 review because there's a lot to discuss now. Croatia, Spain. Wow. So what was expected to be, Spain scored 5 in the game before. That was an anomaly or whatever. Croatia look a bit meh. Ended up 5-3. What did you take from that game? Apart from obviously Mikel Oyarzabal being the absolute player to watch of the tournament.
I don't think anyone expected it to be quite this open. Knockout fixtures are rarely ever as open as this one was. It was far from cagey. I think what we can take away is that Spain are a great attacking side, even if their number nine, the nominal number nine, Morata, their front man isn't scoring and has a horrible conversion rate in this tournament. They have other sources of goals. Ferran Torres, Sarabia, all these people have chipped in.
Where's Arbo?
Where's Arbo, of course. One of your best shouts this tournament, that and Chiesa. Credit to you.
Cheers, man.
But Croatia put up a decent fight. Could have been anything, couldn't it? It could have been 4-4 at one point. It could have been 5-5, but in the end,
a double Desmond.
Could have
been a double Desmond. But look, Croatia are out. They've probably got some rebuilding to do, a little bit of rebuilding. Spain through, and look forward to seeing the Spanish boys do their thing in the QFs. Right, France, Switzerland, 3-3. Switzerland won on pens, and you've got an interesting one for me here, Mus, about someone's parents in the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, people may have already read about this and heard about it, but Adrien Rabiot's mother, she's famously quite a tricky character. She was his agent for a while, and apparently he only relieved her of her duties once a transfer to Barcelona fell through. But
unforgivable.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently, she got into an altercation with Pogba's friends and family when she thought they were being disrespectful towards her son because of a reaction to a bad touch that Rabiot had during the game. And then at perhaps the worst moment, when a 22-year-old future superstar has just had this, when you've had a moment like that, you've missed a penalty, you've let your country down, everyone knows it. She probably picked the worst moment to go over to to Mbappe's family and say, your son's too arrogant. For a player of that quality, he hit the ball too lightly. I hope you're going to scold him. And as you can imagine, will help.
That's the kicker, isn't it? I hope you're going to scold him. It's so direct, it's so to the point. It's like, and so so judgy at the same time. It's sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm sure we all got flashbacks to Sunday League, growing up when you've got that one particularly active parent that is, giving it out to everyone else. And it's just unhelpful. But, we're going to look at the predictions. I steered well clear of predicting France for anything or, I just had this sneaky suspicion that they were going to implode. It's not quite Raymond Domenech, getting taken hostage, having to read that statement from the players as they stayed on the bus in South Africa, but there were already signs, the Giroud and Mbappe incident when Mbappe wanted to call that press conference, because he was happy that Giroud said, he didn't receive the ball when he should have. Recalling Benzema, all these things, and France are going to, if any team is going to implode, it's always going to be that camp, isn't it?
It's that kind of tortured genius. They've got the kind of, they've got some absolutely unbelievable skills within that squad, but confidence comes at a price sometimes, and when you get too many egos in the room, it can go pretty sour quite quickly. But let's focus on the positives. Switzerland, Granit Xhaka, I mean, we're both Arsenal fans. He's played well over 150 games for Arsenal. Why has he never played like that?
So I think there's an argument that a player like that needs to play in a team that has purpose, that has structure, and if you give him responsibility and trust him, you can bring the best out of him. Whereas in Arsenal, he's had a tortuous relationship with the fans. He's been stripped of the captaincy. Arguably, has never really played in a team that knows what it's meant to be doing. Isn't surrounded by the best players. There's a lot of talk about Belgium's golden generation, but this is Switzerland's golden generation. This is their best crop of players ever. and they're finally fulfilling their potential. Just a word on this day of the tournament, because together with the Spain-Croatia game, there were 14 goals in total. The group stages of the 92 Euros had 21 goals in total.
Yeah, come on, miss. There are only 2 groups.
But yeah, I think this day has had this particular day of the tournament had a large part in pushing the average goal rate to record levels. So we're on track.
Which we will get onto very shortly. We're going to look at the stats after we've wrapped up the last 16. Okay, there's not much really to be said, though, is there, from Tuesday? I think, Ros isn't hungover. He's busy, so he's not, he's not still hungover from Tuesday. I wouldn't be surprised if he was, though. I'm still not feeling great, to be fair. It was a mad one. It was an absolutely mad game. The atmosphere where we went was insane. It was great. What a party. And Raheem Sterling just silencing those idiots who keep dumping on him. Love it. Did you enjoy that, Mus? The vindication for Sterling yet again?
Yeah, it was so sweet. What more does he have to do? Up until the 86th minute of the game, he'd scored 100% of all of England's goals in the tournament. Yeah, I just think there's an element of the media coverage that always counts against him. And there was that post-match interview with the BBC after the first game against Croatia, when he just scored the winning goal, and he gets asked, have you justified your inclusion? And it's just that negative spin when he's consistently performing is quite unnecessary. So yeah, I was happy for him.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. And also for H to get on the score sheet. Mate,
I've been watching Line of Duty past couple of weeks, so and acronyms, but yes, very good for Harry Kane to finally score. He wasn't having the best game, but Gareth Southgate knows what he's doing, and bringing Grealish on, providing the service. His positioning was great. He knows where to be. He puts his and hopefully now that he has that goal, his confidence will only skyrocket from here.
Nice. Okay, before we move on then, Mus, what series of Line of Duty are you on? Have you finished it? Are you on the early one?
No, I've only just finished as of yesterday. I finished Series 5.
Okay, cool. Well, enjoy the rest of that. You're gonna, because it's amazing. Sweden, Ukraine as well. Ukraine won last minute of extra time. Sad one for Sweden, but Ukraine now England's opponents on Saturday night. Going to be an interesting one. We're going to have a brief look, Mus, at the stats from the tournament so far. Very, very brief look. We're not going to go into too much detail because we've got lots to get through on this content-heavy show. The stats page on the Euro 2020 website is amazing. I was going to screen share it, but I thought maybe we'll just talk about it. I'll fire some stats at you. Maybe do a little quiz. You can have a little guess at some. So we've played 44 out of the 51 matches of the tournament. There's only 7 games left. Obviously 4 quarterfinals, 2 semi-finals and a final. No third place playoff. There's no such thing as third place anymore.
Well, it's not the Olympics. No one cares about third place.
Okay, so 2.8 goals per match, Mus, in those 44 matches. How many goals in total is that? To the nearest 5.
This is where I show how awful I am at maths. So 44 games, 20.8. What's that, like almost 90 goals?
123 total goals. Which means there has been a goal every how many minutes?
123.
123 goals in 44 games. So there's been a goal every how many minutes? Minutes per goal.
45.
2.8 goals per match.
Yeah, so that's around 45.
32 minutes per goal.
This is embarrassing.
Okay, who scored the most goals in the tournament?
Own goals.
No, who scored the most goals? Oh, own goals.
I mean, I thought it was a trick question because
it wasn't a trick question, but technically the truth. technically the truth, although own goals isn't a team or a person. I'm looking for a team who scored the most goals.
Spain.
Spain with 11 goals. Then on 9, it's Italy and Denmark, Netherlands and Belgium with 8. So a lot of goals left in the tournament. Possession stats, there's one team racing away with their level of possession. Who do you think it is?
Again, I'd go for Spain.
Absolutely. Luis Enrique averaging 67.5% possession in a game. It's unbelievable. It's having over 2/3 of the ball for the whole game. The next best who's remaining in the tournament is Italy and Denmark on 56. Unbelievable. Okay, let's have a look at some player stats then. Who's currently going to win the Golden Boot as it stands?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's on 5, and then you've got 3 players on 4. One of them's Benzema, who's gone. There's 2 other. Forsberg already gone on 4 as well. Who's the other player on 4?
Schick of Czech Republic.
It is Schick. And who's the assist leader? Who's got the most assists? I remember pre-tournament you said it would be Bruno Fernandes, I think, but let's not go there just yet.
It's a Spanish player, isn't it?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, tell me, who is it?
Swiss. Steven Zuber, 4 assists. 4 assists.
What?
Sorry, go on.
No, what tournament he's having?
Yeah, he's having an absolute worldie of a tournament, mate. We did look at the top speed player before, didn't we? Back in the earlier stages of the tournament. Spinazzola, 33.8 kilometers an hour, registering that. I mean, he'll get done. The speed camera at the end of my road will go off if he runs past it.
I mean, what are Spain doing not fielding Adama Traore? Like, I didn't even realize he was there until I saw his baby oiled biceps coming onto the pitch after the Croatia game. Chelsea are in for him as well.
Are they? Interesting. Well, maybe Azpilicueta's having words with him, try and get him there. I'm not sure on your source there, Mus, but maybe you're a source yourself. How about that? That's a little stats wrap for you. Sorry to not bring you Roz's stat of the day today, but it's cool because he's brought us his top 5 national anthems, which, should we have a look at them now?
Yeah.
Okay, Roz's top 5 national anthems. They go like this. He sent them to me on WhatsApp. Hang on. And I've got the winner ready to play. Play to you here. Right, okay. So in number 24, don't worry, he hasn't done all 24. He's done his top 5, and but he's put England as number 24. So he's saying that England's national anthem is the worst. 5th, Italy. 4th, Wales. 3rd, Russia. 2nd, Scotland. I mean, I don't recall what Scotland's national anthem sounds like, but, anyway, number 1 he's gone for France, which is this. Are you ready?
Go on.
Right, that's enough of that. Okay, well, there you go. There's Roz's national anthems of the day. This is an interesting show. This is like the first actual, proper spare day with no football that we've had to put something together. So we're going to have a look at the quarterfinal lineup now, Miss, and I want you to give me your predictions on the quarterfinals. Then we're going to do theoretical semis and the final from here, from this point in, okay? Are you ready?
Go on.
Quick fire as well, please. Switzerland, Spain.
Spain.
Belgium, Italy.
Belgium.
Czech Republic, Denmark.
Denmark.
Ukraine, England.
England.
Really sticking your neck out there, mate. Okay. Okay. Belgium, Spain.
Belgium.
And England, Denmark.
England.
Okay. Is that hopeful or is that head or heart? I wonder. Which leaves. Sorry.
It's of both.
Bit of both. Fair enough. Fair enough. Which leaves us with the final: Belgium, England at Wembley. Head or heart?
It will really come down to player availability for Belgium because they're carrying a few injuries, and I think it only takes Eden Hazard and De Bruyne to be injured for that to tip the balance in England's favour.
Yeah.
In any case, it's coming home, so it's got to be England.
Well, the thing is, as someone said to me the other day, it's coming home. we've got no other option because we're not allowed to leave the country, so it's got to come home.
Exactly. I had a look at UEFA's website to see if there were any tickets available for the remaining games. The semi-final that England will probably play. Well, the semi-final that England, will play in should they qualify, should they beat Ukraine, is sold out. The final is sold out. The only game where there are tickets available is the semi-final that would be Switzerland or Spain versus Belgium or Italy. Guess how much the cheapest ticket is going for?
Oh well, it's UEFA, isn't it? So probably quite a lot, I imagine.
Yeah, €345.
345 euros.
Yeah, and that's for the cheapest ticket.
Well, football's a game for everyone, isn't it, Mus?
Yeah, exactly. And if you want to go for the Category 1 restricted view, that comes at a price tag of €475.
Restricted view.
Yeah.
Half a G, like literally. That's before. I bet you. How much do you reckon a pie is in there as well? It's probably about 50 quid for a pie, isn't it? Outrageous. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, outrageous. Well, you won't see me at Wembley, that's for sure. Okay, we'll finish up then by having a little look at our pre-tournament predictions. We'll just do yours and mine. Okay, I want to save Roz's because some comedy gold in there. I want to see his face when I say it to him. So here are our ones. Let's go. Right, winner. You said Portugal, I said France. That's going well already, isn't it? Player of the tournament. I said Kante, and you said Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, we've both had nightmares there.
Top scorer, you've got a better chance than me, but I still reckon I'm in with a shout. I said Kane, you said Lukaku.
Well, okay. Let's see if he bags a hat-trick against Ukraine.
Assists. I said... Hang on, where is it? I said Ferran Torres, and you said Leroy Sané of Germany. I mean, did he get any assists?
I don't think he did.
No. I'm trying to find the stats. I can't find the assist stats. Where are they? Then I can actually tell you definitively.
Yes.
Oh well. I should have been a bit more prepared.
He's hot on Zuba's heels, so you've got a good chance of that one.
Yeah, Ferran Torres could be points for me come the end of the tournament. Team with the most red cards, I said Scotland, although that was mainly just to wind up Roz. And he said Spain, I think probably to wind me up. You went for North Macedonia.
Yeah, I just thought, the minnows might get frustrated when things don't go their way, but to be fair, they were perfectly disciplined.
There you go. Okay. Surprise package. I said Wales and you said Turkey.
Yeah, I think I'll probably take the wooden spoon on that one. Atrocious.
I mean, to be fair, though, we both went for animals. So, that's fine.
Wait, remind me again. What was the... Very good. What was the question? Surprise package?
Yeah.
But I will take that one because I think Turkey surprised everyone by how awful they were.
That's a very good point. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah. We'll see post-tournament, but I'll give you that. One to watch. I said Mikel Oyarzabal of Spain, and you said Jeremy Doku of Belgium. We'll see what happens there, but I think I might be slightly ahead of you on that one. Manager to be sacked or leave before the end of the tournament. Now, none of us called this. I went with Southgate, and you went with Luis Enrique. In fact, it was De Boer, wasn't it, from Netherlands? Gone.
Jose Mourinho knew all along.
Yeah, he did. England player to ruin it all was one we put in there. And I said Maguire and you said Jordan Henderson. And I think we had similar rationale on this one. Like Southgate would bring them in too early and they'd still be injured and wouldn't go too well. But really, there's literally no one. There's no one that's been at fault. Touch wood.
No, there's no obvious candidate. No one's... Well, there was a brief moment where there was a bit of a hero to zero, narrative arc when Sterling gave the ball away and Müller was through and everyone's heart stopped. But other than that, no one's really come close to making any devastating errors.
Yes. And the last one was best fans. I said Netherlands and you said Sweden. I think, I mean, I think obviously I've won that one, haven't I? Netherlands.
Yeah, I mean that last minute of added time of extra time elimination on by the hands of Ukraine for Sweden. It was Crimea River.
I thought you'd try and annex that joke to the podcast, but look, it's time to say goodbye. We will be back tomorrow morning, bright and early, for our quarterfinals preview. We're going to preview those two massive, massive games on Friday for you. So don't go anywhere. Subscribe to the channel, allow notifications, make sure you never miss a daily pod. We've got, 10 days left-ish to go of doing these pods. It's been an absolute pleasure, Miss. 3.5 weeks of daily podcasts. I mean, we're doing all right. I mean, it's been hit and miss, let's be honest. But hopefully today was a hit and not a miss. I'll see you in the morning, and take care, mate.
Good, mate.